young men who are regularly drinking alcohol don't see anything wrong in it. At least so they say. They assure that they could quit at any time they want.
Imagine the world without voice. How would people give tune in songs? For people to create meaningful conversations, and for one to express emotions. There is power in voice that creates a world of meaning, opportunity, and life. With this, it's a fundamental thing to give value to its existence. It seems only a handful give the voice the attention and care it deserves. For it's not just a matter of how far we can use our voice effectively, but also in preserving its quality to fulfill its purpose. Meet Voice Care Philippines, composed of some of the country's top professional voice talents, both on TV and radio. Voice Care brings experience and expertise to voice care workshops for teachers, call center agents, fellow broadcasters, and enthusiasts to care and make the best use of one of man's greatest tools for everyday living.
There is power in one's voice. Today, we will discover the depths of that power within us through our guests who actually handle a non-governmental organization which focuses on the care and how we should be handling our voices the proper way. I would like to greet our viewers in the internet and through the television, as well as those who are listening to us over all the radio stations we have in the Philippines. Here we are in Dynamic Living the Total You with our episode, The Voice, Your Sound, Your Definition. I'd like to introduce my guests. The first one is, he established the Creative Voices Productions in 2005, which is the home of VoiceWorks. He became the only Filipino-Asian panelist in the 2012 VoiceOver International Creative Experience Competition or Convention held in Anaheim, California. He also founded the Voice of the Youth Network, which actually aims to empower and inspire young people through the media and ICT. Of course, he is also a very notable, most sought-after voice coach. I'd like to welcome to the show Mr. Pocholo Gonzalez. Welcome to Dynamic Living.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jane, and I'm so happy to be part of Dynamic Living, the Total You.
Yes, and of course, hindi po kompleto ang ating episode kung wala po naman ang ating isa sa ating mga guests who is a woman of character. She's a woman of character actually, known as the Voice Care Queen, the Voice Care Philippines Executive Director, Miss Ada Quaresma. Magandang araw sa iyo, Miss Ada.
Magandang araw, Dr. Jean, and I'm happy to be here with you in Dynamic Living.
Yes, heto ngayon, napakaganda ng ating topic. No? If you will notice, heto, something na minsan hindi natin napapansin.
Totoo.
At hindi din natin medyo binibigyan ng masyadong kahalagahan.
Tama.
Okay? Hetong ating boses, no? So, Miss Ada, paano nga ba itong voice na sinasabi natin? So, simulan natin with a very basic information para maintindihan ng mga viewers natin, heto pala yun.
One of the challenges that we face when it comes to taking care of the voice is actually the lack of it. Let's start with that. Kasi diba, producing our voice is a very unconscious process. Sabi ko nga kanina, like a teacher, for example, because that's one of our target audience for our workshop din, yung mga teachers, di ba, like, magpupuyat sila to create their lesson plan, prepare their activities, maybe their games, or the content that they will teach for their class the next day. Pero hindi nila iisipin, how do I want to sound tomorrow? Di ba? We rarely think about our voice, paano natin siya ginagamit. And that's the reason why people have the tendency to take care of their voice kapag malapit na siyang mawala. Di ba? We start taking medications, we start resting our voice kapag namamalat na tayo, kapag masakit na ilalamunan natin. So, here in, yung ginagawa namin in terms of taking care of the voice, it can be prevented. Yung voice problems can actually be prevented. And that's the principle that we uphold and we teach in our workshops talaga.
Yes. Paano mo ito, Pocholo, na naisip or paano mo siya na-conceptualize na heto, I would like, to dedicate my life and my vision is for me to be able to help people, take care of their voices.
Ayan, mapakagandang tanong po, Doktora, no? Actually, I'm also a victim of that not taking care of my voice. Since I'm a voice artist, I started when I was 16. I do appreciate my voice. No? But one day, alam niyo yun, yung I have this dubbing. And for 2 months, nawala yung boses ko. Sabi ko, I need to do something about it. For myself. And one day, I am speaking po sa isang convention ng mga teachers. Actually, sa Cagayan de Oro din. Sa
Lugar namin.
Yes, Cagayan de Oro Colleges. Tapos, I talk about voice acting for effective teaching. And one teacher approached me, sabi niya, "Sir, anong gagawin namin sa voice acting if you don't have a voice?" Kasi the problem is, hindi naman yung how to change our voice, how to take care of our voice. Kasi ganun din, namamaos daw sila lagi, every now and then, hindi nila alam yung proper way to, to produce voice.
Actually, if you will notice kasi po, Cholo and Miss Ada, ganito yun eh. 'Di ba parang lahat ng tao, they use their voices left and right. Kagaya sa atin, di ba?
Yes.
Parang it would be a quiet world, very silent if you don't speak.
Boring world.
Boring world. Kaya yung voices natin gives meaning.
And
Diba?
gives life sa
yes.
atin. Oo.
Pero na-notice nga natin na maraming tao, tama yung sinabi mo na pag hindi mo inalagaan at nawala na, saka ka pa maghahanap para
Yes.
doon. Pero you will also notice na maraming professions, not just professions and professionals who use their voice and will make their voice as the source of their livelihood,
Yes.
di ba?
Actually, all of us. Lahat po ng
lahat
tao.
tayo,
Sa ano pa lang, sa pag in-interview ka. Lahat ng trabaho po.
Kahit na pag
Wala akong
ako
boses.
kahit na pag ako tumingin ng pasyente, kailangan
Yes,
ko yung
that's
boses
true.
ko.
Tama po.
O pag nagtinda ko ng taho, kailangan ko yung boses ko.
Totoo po yun.
Di ba?
Yes.
So lahat tayo nangangailangan nito eh.
Yun nga po, tuloy ko lang yung kwento ko. Sabi ko, o nga no, bakit I'm talking about voice acting, ba't di ko pag-usapan yung voice care for teachers? Because our teachers is the number one na gumagamit ng boses. Every day, they use it almost 12 hours a day. Especially ngayon, napakaraming mga estudyante. So, I came up with this program called Voice Care for Teachers.
Nagsimula ka for teachers.
Yes.
And then later on, as we go through with the program, with the episode, we'll continue on sino pa yung mga pwede dito,
Yes.
di ba? So nagsimula tayo sa teachers. So gaano kahalaga, Miss Ada, na yung tamang paggamit ng ating mga boses ay dapat, everybody should be able to understand.
Actually, we all should understand, hindi lang yung kung paano napoproduce yung boses, pero parang kung ano yung mga bagay na ginagawa natin na hindi nakakatulong at nakakatulong sa pag-produce natin ng boses natin effectively. Kasi, ang totoo niyan, sabi ko nga, Doktora, since very unconscious yung process ng voice, there are a lot of things that we do na hindi natin namamalayan na mali pala, or na hindi pala siya, kumbaga yun yung nagiging cause no kung bakit tayo lagi namamalat, kung bakit lagi sumasakit yung lalamunan natin, yung mga ganon. So, take for example, breathing. Especially in this day and age where, the world, our lifestyle is very modern, fast-paced, most people work sedentary jobs, di ba? Parang sobrang, siguro mga 60-70% na ng workforce, desk jobs talaga ang trabaho nila, hindi ba? So, ang nangyayari sa atin is we all have the tendency to breathe na shallow. Malalaman nyo po yun kung kunyari pag pinag-inhale, exhale ka and your shoulders are actually lifting, ibig sabihin mababaw yung hininga mo because dapat ang gumagalaw sa'yo if you're breathing properly is yung chan.
Your diaphragm.
Yes, your diaphragm. Kasi ang lungs po natin parang balloon yan eh. Pag nilagyan mo ng hangin ng balloon, hindi ba, ang unang nag-expand yung bottom part. So if you're breathing properly, ganun din yung principle. So your lungs should be expanding from the bottom up. Yung ganun. So that's why it pushes
and which
your
we can
stomach.
actually demonstrate to our viewers.
Yes,
no?
of course.
Para
Opo.
malaman nila ang basic na ganito na pwede nating gawin.
Yes, ma'am.
So what are the common problems that you encounter? Like for example, sabi mo kanina na the teachers would, you started with the teachers pero it made you realize na kailangan mo talagang ituro yun kasi nawalan ka nga din. That was an experience. But what are the most common causes or problems sa tingin mo, Poch, na eto nagiging dahilan kagaya ng sinabi ni Miss Ada kanina, nagkakaproblema sa boses?
Like ako ngayon, actually, isa sa mga problema namin naging habit ko na yung, hindi ko na siya maiwasan eh. Mali pala yun kasi nagagasgas yung lalamunan natin. But it becomes a habit. Nagiging psychological na lang siya. So, kapag dapat umuubo ka, dapat hindi nagagasgas yung lalamunan natin. So, yun yung common habit ng maraming tao na, di ba, kunwari magsasari, gumaganon tayo. Dapat pala, lulunok lang tayo.
Hindi ka dapat parang uubo.
Dapat ilulunok lang natin siya para hindi siya nagagasgas.
Yes. So aside from that, what else could, cause this problem sa tingin mo, Miss Ada?
Actually, madami, Dr. Gino, sa voice care workshop namin, one of the things that we do is what we call a voice care assessment. Kumbaga, there are 5 areas na, it's a questionnaire na kailangan mo lang talaga maging honest sa sarili mo in terms of, number 1, paano mo ginagamit yung boses mo. Number 2, yung capability ng boses mo. Number 3 is your lifestyle. Diba? Kumbaga, what you eat, what you drink.
So kasama yung kinakain mo, iniinom.
Kasama po talaga yon. And then of course, yung pati yung stress level. Itetest din natin yan kasi ang totoo niyan, isa po sa mga kalaban ng katawan natin in terms of producing the voice is stress. And by stress, I mean, kasi di ba pagka-stress tayo, our muscles, hindi natin namamalayan yon, tend to contract. Meaning, yung parang like clenching a fist, for example. Parang ganun yung feeling. So, the same thing happens with our vocal cords, with our jaw tightening, and these are all important parts in producing the voice. Kapag stress po yung mga muscles that are responsible for producing voice, mas nahihirapan tayo na to produce it in the proper way. Therefore, mas susceptible tayo dun sa pagkamalat, dun sa damage sa ating vocal folds. So, we really look at all those things, and most of the time when we conduct the workshop, nagugulat yung mga participants, what does, drinking coffee have to do with my voice? Or what does eating spicy food have to do with my voice? Bakit kailangan kong bawasan yon? Or yung stress level, anong kinalaman niya? Marami pong, kumbaga, they all contribute in one way or another in terms of, taking care of or the lack of care for your voice.
But you believe naman din na taking care of learning the importance of our voices should start even as childhood. Kumbaga, sa mga kabataan pa lang, when they're 3, 4, 5 years old, di ba, parang dapat naka-built-in na natuturuan sila para paglaki nila, alam nila, dala-dala na nila yan.
Totoo yun. Katulad nung anak ko po, syempre. He is one of the youngest voice talent in the country. So at the early young age of 2, 3, he's using his voice na eh. Pero sa mga bata kasi hindi pa ganun yung problema. Kasi bata pa sila. Sa matatanda talaga. Kasi nga nagiging parang na yung vocal cords natin eh. Kumbaga hindi na siya ganun
stretched to the limit, so to speak.
So yung kumbaga parang marupok na siya. Kaya yung pag nagkaganyan yung boses na matanda. Diba? Because, di ba ma'am, nagugulat din kayo, nag-iiba lagi yung boses niya. Siguro every 5 to 10 years. Nagbabago yan eh. Mula pa pagkabata hanggang sa tumanda tayo. But for me, kailangan sa batang edad pa lang, instill na natin sa kanila na you should take good care of your voice by not smoking, by not drinking. Obviously, mas maganda nga effect eh. Kasi nga, bawal maligirilyo, bawal mag-minom ng alak, or isa kasi sa mga factor.
What about sleep? You mentioned something. What about sleep? Like for example, yung mga mahilig,
magpuyat.
because by nature of their jobs, talagang puyat sila. So will it also affect
It affects
the
a lot.
voice?
Di po man pag puyat ka, kinabukasan paus ka pa rin. Kasi our vocal cords needs rest. 8 hours talaga dapat hindi na tayo magsasalita, matutulog na lang. Kasi sobrang gamit na natin everyday yan eh.
So what are the signs na to look out for? Kasi syempre, we're trying to educate our viewers na heto yun. So, what are the signs that they need to look out for na, okay, I need some help because something is wrong with my voice. Kasi, let's go to the very basics again. What are the signs na kailangan nila tingnan?
If at any point, Doctora, they feel, let's say for example, when you swallow and you have difficulty swallowing, or if you feel an itch or a pain in your throat, or yung tunog ng boses mo has more air than it has more voice. And more often than not, we can feel it, diba? So, those are signs that your vocal folds are strained. The good news is that hindi naman po kasi lahat ng malat or every time na makatay lalamunan mo, kailangan medication agad or kailangan go see the doctor agad. most of the symptoms of a voice problem can actually be cured by two things. Number one, hydration. Drink plenty of water. Especially for professional voice users, that's very important. Yung 6 to 8 glasses of water that we say a day, that's very, very important. And number two, you rested. Yung nga sinasabi ni Sir Pocholo kanina, sleep is very important because what we forget is that our vocal folds are also muscles. So just like, di ba pag nag-gym ka, hindi naman sinasabi ng trainer or wala namang mag-gym na araw-araw magbubuhat ka ng weights, di ba? Because you also need a day or two for recovery. So the same thing is true with our vocal folds kasi muscles din po yan. So what we do, what we give as a rule is that if for some reason it's humanly impossible for you to get the 8 hours of sleep, we suggest what we call voice nap. Meaning, for every hour that you speak, let's say public speaking, or you do broadcasting or teaching, you should rest your voice for at least 15 minutes.
Every
for
hour,
every hour
for every
of
hour.
speaking.
Yeah.
Yes. So, para siyang power nap for your vocal folds. Ganon. So, yun, that's what we recommend. And then, others, kumbaga, so like I said, most of those symptoms pwede naman madaan yan, pwede naman niya maipahinga with rest and with hydration. But if at any point that any of those symptoms would last more than 2 weeks, then perhaps it's actually time you consider going into to a doctor kasi there could be mga like nodules or polyps.
Which is actually very common for
Yes,
the
ma'am.
teachers.
Yes,
Kaya nga
actually.
sila pagka namamaos or namamalat sila, and when they go and see a doctor,
Yes.
a specialist, an ENT at that, pag sinilip yung kanilang throat, no,
Meron.
makikita na meron silang mga vocal cord nodules ang
Yes,
tawag natin.
that's true. Opo.
Yung mga maliliit na bagay na tumutubo doon, which is actually causing the change in the voice.
Yes, opo. Kasi kumbaga, parang it becomes an obstruction because your vocal folds are supposed to open and close perfectly. Pero kung meron siyang nodule, para kumbaga, siguro imagine natin, para siyang kalyo, sa vocal folds. So kapag meron na siyang obstruction doon, then the air gets blocked or kumbaga, mahirap na magsara fully yung vocal folds natin to be able to produce the sound, which is the voice.
So, ibig sabihin, hindi lahat talaga ay kailangan diretso sa doctor. No? Pwede naman kasi na may mga maneuvers muna tayo
Yes.
na pwedeng gawin so that we will be able to really check heto ba is something na we need to have a check-up on or not.
Yes.
So what are the precautions, Mr. Pocholo, in terms of hetong precautions or by ways by which one will be able to say na, okay, I need to rest my voice, I need to have a voice nap?
Kapag hirap ka na magsalita, ganun lang kasimple yan. Parang gaganong-ganong ka na or ba't ganun yung boses ko nag-iiba? So I think yun lang ang solution kasi talaga namin magpahinga ka, huwag munang gamitin yung boses mo. Uminom ka na maraming tubig.
Yes. Can we demonstrate basic steps lang siguro, Miss Ada? Like for example, kanina, you mentioned something like yung mga public speakers,
Okay.
di ba? They use
Sige.
microphones.
Yeah.
So paano yun? Nilalapit ba natin
Actually,
yung mikropono?
ito yung problema. Halos 90% ng mga speakers, they don't know how to use their voices. They just talk. Maganda yung sinasabi, hindi problema yan. Magaling sila magsalita. Pero they don't know the technicalities of their voice and yung microphone. Sabi ko nga sa mga talks ko, our voice is our force and our microphone is our lightsaber. Imagine mo kahit ang galing-galing mo, tanggalan mo ng microphone yan. Even in this program, without this microphone, ganito ang itsura natin. They will never hear us. So, isa sa mga problema ng mga speaker, mali ang hawak nila ng microphone. Laging mababa, or minsan, ang layo-layo, or even yung mga, ano tawag doon? Lapel mic. Dapat hindi nila ginagamit yan Kasi nga, hindi nila kayang kontrolin yung lakas at volume ng kanilang boses. So isa yun, kasi usually dapat 1 inch away from your mouth talaga lagi ang microphone. Kaya mapansin nyo lalayo ng mic. So ang tendency, akala nila mahina, sumisigaw sila. So dahil sumisigaw sila, na-strain yung voice nila, pwede ka namang halos pabulong lang magsalita. Pero yung volume niya is almost the same as sumisigaw. Kasi depende sa layo yan depende sa distance ng microphone. Kasi the more na malayo, the more humihina. Siyempre, parang tubig po yan Pag hindi mo sinasalo at hindi yung baso,
Masasayang.
tumatapon. So, ganun din yung konsepto ng boses.
And you teach that to those who attend your workshops. Basically,
yes.
that is part of the training, no?
We have so many workshops. Ang pinaka-main workshop namin is about voice acting actually, under Creative Voices Production. But on voice care, we teach them how to take good care of their voices and also how to use yung technology on their own advantage.
So, Miss Ada, yung sinabi mo in relation to what Mr. Pucholo was saying is, heto nga yung microphone, no? Pero what are the other things na unconsciously we don't really mind, and yet we do, and it does not really help at all our voices.
So aside from breathing, no, Dr. Jean, isa sa mga unconscious process din sa katawan natin that is very instrumental in producing our voice is posture. It's funny because like every time that we do our workshop and then I talk about posture, the moment that I say that word, 100% of the audience, you'll see them bigla, they would sit up straight. And that's the point. Because more often than not, like when we sit like this, diba, eventually mamayang konti magsaslouch tayo. Because, kumbaga, parang nasanay na tayo that, especially because we sit a lot in front of a computer, diba? So we don't really adjust our environment para naka 90-degree angle lahat. We don't pay attention to those things. But the thing is that, again, if your posture is not proper, nasa-strain yung muscles. Therefore, stress at muscle strain ay kalaban po ng boses. Imagine, di ba, parang, alam mo yung bell ng ice cream, di ba? So, you freely ring it, di ba? Pag tinakpan mo yung cup that actually has the bell, tapos i-shake mo siya, yung iba yung tunog. The sound is constricted. So the same thing is true with our body, with our vocal folds. So if your body is under a lot of stress, if your jaw is under a lot of stress, your tongue or yung lahat ng muscles that are responsible for producing your voice, then nisistrain mo yung vocal folds mo kasi pinapabayaan mo na yung effort dito lang lahat ng gagaling. So, posture. So, one of the very simple exercise that we do is what we call the wall exercise, wherein all you really need is to lean on the wall for 2 minutes and hold that position. And so, the back of your head should be flat against the wall, your shoulder blades, your buttocks, and then the back of your feet, your ankles. So you stay in that position for 2 minutes. That's what you call, yun yung natural position, yung tinatawag nating neutral spine. Because our spinal column naman is, may pa-S naman talaga siya. Hindi naman siya straight na gano'n.
Line.
So when you lean on the wall like that resets your posture to its natural position. So we teach that in our workshop as well, wall exercise. If you actually do it every morning, that's what you do after that 2 minutes, you kind of like walk away from the wall, and then parang keep that posture, you'll feel parang, uy, okay to parang less stress, parang I feel taller, I feel more confident because that's a natural position talaga of your spine.
Nung araw, ewan ko sa inyo, kasi mga bata pa kayo, during our time, we would remember that for us to be able to walk straight, pinapatungan ng libro. Yung ulo. Para, hindi siya magfo-fall kapag you're straight, ramrod straight and everything. Para rumarampa ka, pang Miss Universe, pang modeling. Ganun ang ginagawa sa amin noon kasi para kailangan straight ikaw.
That's true.
Hindi naman, no? So, how easy or how difficult it is really, to be able to practice and to be able to implement voice care. Let's start with you.
How to implement?
Or how to be able to do things right the proper way.
Okay. Basta isipin niyo yung boses natin is the most powerful tool and instrument that we ever have. Imagine a world without a voice. The world will perish. Diba?
Hindi, magkakaroon ng silence. Diba? Sa gulo ngayon, parang for once, everybody should stop talking and just listen.
And aside from that, our voice is the only instrument na nag-start ng war. Yan yung problema, diba? Sa salitaan mo na nagsisimula ang isang away. But the good thing about our voice is the only instrument that can say, I love you. Sabi ko nga sa mga talks ko, alam yung problema sa atin, masyado tayong naniniwala sa kasabihang, action speaks louder than words. Ngayon, assuming ka naman. So, pag tinanong mo yung guy, sabi, I thought you loved me. Tapos sasabihin
hindi, kasi baka MU
sasabihin sa'yo, I've never said that I love you. Diba? Pero then, kidding aside, yun po yung tanging instrument na talagang nag-express ng love. Not just the action, but when you say, I love you, iba eh. Kaysa yung wala kang sinabi.
O kaya naman, naka-text message lang.
Opo,
di
walang
ba?
emotion doon
Walang
eh.
emotions doon.
And 90% of people taken for granted yung how powerful our voices is. Because our voice is the one who curses, but our voice is the only instrument that praises. So we can move mountains, we can change lives by using our voice properly. Not just di ba? Changing it, but through storytelling. Di ba mas maganda, ma'am, halimbawa sa klase, nagtuturo yung teacher. Alam niyo ba, class, nung araw may yung lolo ko, sabi ng lolo ko, Apo, mag-ingat ka ha. Sabi ko naman, opo, lolo. Ganun yung usual na kwento. Paano kung gagamitan natin siya ng voice acting, for example? Sasabihin mo sa klase mo, class, alam niyo ba, sabi ng lolo ko ng bata, ay, apo, sabi ko sa iyo, mag-iingat ka lagi at mag-aaral ka na mabuti. Tapos sabi ko naman sa lolo ko, opo, lolo, susundin ko po ang utos niyo. Mag-aaral po ako mabuti at magpapakabait po ako. Makikita mo yung difference ng reaction ng tao, lalo na ng bata. Na parang they are amazed because our voice is like a theater of mind. You can make people imagine by just using your voice. You can become whatever you want in an instant.
Yes.
Di ba?
Opo.
I can become Superman. Di ba? Just like me.
And you know what, with the one that you are using now to demonstrate the impact of the proper use of our voices, this can be a tool for furthering knowledge and, encouraging lalo na yung mga kabataan, the students, to be able to really give and grasp the meaning of what you want.
Especially ngayon, we have this Generation Z. And the alpha generation is coming in. Yung mga pinanganak ng 2010, they are 7 years old now.
Yes.
Imagine mo kung ang Gen Z has 6 seconds attention span. What more the next generation?
Baka naman 1 second attention span
for
na
sure,
yan.
ma'am. Split second.
Split second lang.
Pag hindi mo nakuha attention nila,
wala na.
Kahit anong sinasabi mong maganda, useless yan. Sabi nga, if they don't learn how you teach, di ba? You ask them to teach you how they learn. Or if you don't learn how di ba? If you don't learn how I teach me how you learn. Kasi iba na ngayon yung learning process ng bata. Kahit anong sabihin niya, ito yung panahon namin, tapos na po yung panahon natin noon.
And even not just, in teaching them in the class, even within the confines of our homes.
Yes.
When we read stories to our children, di ba? Yung tinatawag nating bedtime stories.
Yes.
I hope na yung mga nanonood sa atin, hindi nila nakakaligtaan yan.
Let's go
That
back
should
to
be
basic.
part, we go back to the basics. And we'd like to continue our episode after this short break. Please stay tuned.
How to use the voice properly. Una dyan, syempre, relaxation. Syempre, sa pag-relax ng muscles, kailangan natin ng mga warm-up exercise like magmamassage tayo ng ating jaw, ayan, yung TMJ, yung area behind the ear. Syempre, kailangan din nating stretch yung ating neck to the left, to the right, front and back, ayan. And of course, kailangan din nating stretch ang ating tongue kasi muscle din yan at kailangan na hindi siya stressed kapag tayo nagsasalita. Syempre, yung pangalawang element dyan, yung breathing. Kailangan mag-breathing exercises tayo. Malalaman mo na mababaw yung hinga mo kung yung shoulders mo umaangat at bumababa. So, pagka nagbe-breathing exercise ka, dapat ang nag-e-expand at nagko-contract sa'yo ay yung chan. Ayan. So, pag nag-inhale ka, you inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Hindi dapat gumagalaw ang shoulders at dapat nag-e-expand at nagko-contract ang iyong chan. Ayan, ang resonance, ibig sabihin ng resonance is that ginagamit natin yung mga muscles sa katawan natin para doon dumadaan yung ating boses at hindi lahat ng strain na pupunta sa lalamunan. Una na dyan yung ating facial muscles. So kapag tinry mo na gawin yung M sound, yung ganyan, tapos i-feel mo yung cheekbones mo, dapat nagva-vibrate. Ibig sabihin, nagagamit mo yung facial muscles mo para mapalabas yung iyong boses. Pangalawa, nandyan yung inyong chest cavity. So, for example, kung ilagay mo yung kamay mo sa iyong chest, ayan, at sabihin mo yung word na way, or di kaya wow, ayan, katulad ng ginagawa natin ngayon, ibig sabihin, napapadaan natin yung boses natin sa ating chest cavity, kaya mas less yung strain sa ating lalamunan, and of course, mas buo at mas malalim yung napoproduce nating boses.
Sir Mark, so minsan ba nagka-problema ka ba sa boses mo?
Hindi naman po. Hindi naman po nagka-problema.
Okay. So, kung magkaka-problema man lang yung boses mo, alam mo pa yung tama mong gawin po?
Hindi. Ano nga ba yung dapat kong gawin?
Yeah, I'll drink a lot of water. Luya. Nothing.
Di pa naman. Ano lang, pinapahinga ko lang para araw-araw pahinga, tulog.
Di pa po.
Okay, kung kung magkaka-problema ka na sa boses mo, alam mo ba yung dapat mong gawin?
Hindi po.
Hindi pa kasi hindi pa dumarating yung problema. Pag nagka-problema, saka ako palang malalaman ko ano yung gagawin.
Ayan, isa sa pinaka-best practice natin pagdating sa pag-aalaga ng boses ay yung tinatawag nating warm salt solution. Ito'y gagawin mo pagkagising mo sa umaga at bago ka matulog sa gabi. Simple lang, isang baso ng lukewarm water, lalagyan mo ng isang kutsaritang asin, kahit anong klaseng asin, iodized salt, rock salt, kahit ano pa yan. So, ihahalo mo yon tapos imumumog mo siya for 1 to 2 minutes. Ano ang ginagawa nito? Yung salt water solution na yon, number 1, nakakabawas siya ng mucus sa ating katawan. Kasi yung mucus, naturally na-form siya sa lining ng ating lungs, ng ating throat, na nakaka-obstruct sa pagsasalita natin or sa pag-produce natin ng boses. So yung salt solution na yon, makakatulong siya sa pagtanggal ng mucus sa ating katawan. So ugaliing gawin ang water salt solution pagising sa umaga at bago matulog sa gabi.
Welcome back to Dynamic Living, The Total You, with our episode, The Sound, The Voice, Your Sound, Your Definition. Akala ko The Voice Philippines no? Pero heto nga ngayon, pag-usapan natin, no? Yung kanina, we were just establishing the basic facts and how people or viewers should understand paano at gaano kahalaga ang alagaan ng boses nila. So let's start with you muna, Mr. Pocholo. You started, voice creative production, something like that, the voices. So bakit mo naisipan, aside from you having experience na nawalan ka nga ng boses?
Okay. So, ito po ang storya ng aking buhay. When I was young, sa probinsya po ako pinanganak, lumaki, sa Maribeles, Bataan. Wala po kaming TV, so the only means of entertainment that I have is the radio. So when I was 7 years old, 8 o'clock pa lang, matutulog na kami. But we are going to listen to a radio drama. So this radio drama is called Gabi ng Lagim, so nakakatakot siya. So, unknowingly, I'm imitating the voices that I'm hearing sa radio. So, kunwari ganito yung, isang gabi ng lagim, awu! Awu! Awu!
Ha, Lolo, ako, anong ginagawa natin? Gabi na.
Ay, sabi ko sa'yo, po umuwi na tayo.
Kakainin ko kayo. So, lahat ng mga boses na yan, ginagagaya ko. Yung nanay ko sabi, ano ba, matulog ka na? Ano na pinagagawa mo? Yun, unknowingly, nadidevelop yung voice acting skills ko. Tapos nung ginagawa ko na siya sa school, natutuwa yung mga klase ko, tawa ng tawa. Tapos ginagaya ko na yung teacher ko hanggang sa ginagaya ko na yung mga artista like sila Dolphy, ganyan. Bata pa ako noon although hindi ko pa sila kuha. Ginagagaya ko yung
Shasha, si Dolphy to.
Tapos si Babal, ano ka mo? Huwag ganun, nangano ka. So tawa ng tawa yung mga klase ko. So doon po nasanay ako na kapag kausap ko dapat lagi nakangiti, dapat masaya. So ako po yung joker ng grupo. So kapag wala ako, malungkot sila.
So you established the organization eventually?
Hanggang sa lumaki po ako, nung college ako, pumasok na po ako sa isang network at naging champion ako sa isang voice acting competition. So at very young age of 16, nagbo-broadcast na ako. By 17, I'm doing dubbing works, yung mga anime, telenovela. Tapos na-realize ko, ang dami po mga taong interesado, pero hindi nila alam kung paano. So, dumaan pa ilang taon hanggang sa na-establish ko na yung Creative Voices Productions. Kasi naniniwala ako sa mga talent ng mga Pilipino. So, ang goal ko po is to make the Philippines the center of voice-over excellence in Asia. That's my ultimate vision. Magaling tayo mga Pilipino. Ang problema, hindi lang tayo ganong nare-recognize. At tayo mismo, hindi tayo naniniwala sa sarili natin.
Or kulang ng guidance and para bang you need something there, an organization or a person to be able to move, and lead the way.
Tama po yung doktora. Kulang sa guidance. Kasi yung mga dapat nag-guide, sila pa yung nagliligaw ng landas. Ibig sabihin, yung mga nauna kasi, mga veterano, hindi sila nagturo eh. Like yung mga radio drama. Kung mapapansin nyo, same old voices pa rin yung narinig. Bakit? Hindi sila nag-develop ng bago eh. And that's, sabi ko, I will use that on my own advantage. Kung ayaw nila magbigay, ako ang magbibigay.
Which is actually better kasi you are now trying to multiply the you.
Yes,
diba? You know, if you have something kasi and you share it, it becomes like fertilizer that you spread it around.
Kasi bottom line, ma'am, success is nothing if you don't share it. Anihin ko yung galing mo. Bottom line, you're going to die anyway. So if you don't share your knowledge and skills and experiences and create an opportunity for these young people who are aspiring, useless yung galing mo. Same as old people na 1950s na sumikat, hindi sila nagturo. Forgotten na sila.
There should be transfer, of knowledge.
In the next 50 years, my name will always be recognized. Why? Because I wrote the first voice acting school, not because I want to be recognized personally, but I want to help the young generation and the future of voice acting industry na mas maging maganda at maayos. Kasi the only way you can share it is to teach it.
Kasi alam mo, nakakagulat ngayon ko lang na-realize, maraming mga drama clubs. Di ba? Maraming acting productions, programs and everything. That's why we have, they're being taught how to act when they cry or when they're hysterical and everything. Pero sa voice acting nga, parang you don't actually hear it at the forefront. Parang na-relegate siya sa background.
Not at all.
No?
But
not
voice
recognized.
acting is 100 times harder than acting. Acting is so easy. But voice acting, you have to feel it before you say it. You can say
and
it.
you have to have that full control on how you would want to be heard.
Kaya nga yung mga artista like sila, Ding Dong Dantes, pag sila nagdadub ng sarili nilang acting, mas nahihirapan sila eh. Kasi lalo na pag dinidirect ko, halimbawa may eksena, ano ba problema mo? Yung eksena lang na, ano ba problema mo? Hindi ganun kabigat yung bitaw. Ako as a voice director ang magsasabi sa kanya at magdidirect sa kanya kung paano dapat niya i-deliver. Ano ba problema mo, ha? Yung parang, yung mga ganun lang na umaangat siya. So sa pelikula, sa movie, sa theater, parang ang galing ng acting, pero most of the acting ng mga artista, yung mga nananalo na award, dinidirect yan ng mga dubbing directors. At mas na-enhance nila yung acting nila because of the voice. Kasi kahit pumikit ka, ramdam mo eh. Yun ang pinakamahalagang acting.
Naririnig mo siya kahit na wala kang television. Kahit na, kahit na gusto mong matulog, pero nandun nakabukas yung television mo or yung internet mo, naririnig mo siya
Because we listen through our heart, not through our ears. Kasi kahit anong salita mo, like sa mga motivational speaker, we can hear them through our ears. But a lot of people are not listening. Pag tinanong sinabi, ewan ko, narinig mo naman, oo, narinig ko, pero hindi ko naintindihan. Kasi hindi ko siya naramdaman. Because we open our hearts when we listen.
So that's for Pocholo. Sa'yo naman, Miss Ada, parang napakaganda nung inyong team working. Heto sa kanya is on how, and ikaw naman is the care. Kasi syempre, hindi naman po pwedeng gawin nila yon kung hindi naman nila naalagaan yung boses nila. So what motivated and inspired you na, okay, I should also be part of this, na kailangan ko rin silang turuan paano alagaan yung mga boses nila?
Sure. Estudyante po ako ni Sir Pocholo, actually. So I enrolled dun sa kanyang school na Philippine Center for Voice Acting. Yung kinakwento niya kanina, the first and the only school for voice acting
until
here
now.
In the Philippines. Until now, actually.
The longest and the first.
Yes.
So will ever be.
So
just like Dynamic Living, the Total You, it's the longest running show in Hope Channel Philippines.
Yun.
12 years na po kami and counting.
Nice. Very good. Congrats, Doktora. And so, as a student of Sir Pocholo, ako naman, ma'am, parang may appreciation for the voice. It's really more for, kasi ang pinaka-passion ko talaga is in training. So, I came from a corporate background. I worked in a call center before. So, parang kumbaga, and I was also, I'm a theater arts graduate. So, kumbaga, indirectly, the things that I've been doing before it led me to the workshop is really all about appreciating then the voice. So, nung nag-attend ako ng workshop ni Sir Pocholo, I don't know what he saw in me, pero parang he eventually invited me na parang, do you want to, for us to work together, mga ganon, and then we can create training programs, and then nag-volunteer din ako na, he invited me to volunteer sa kanya mga radio programs kasi he also produces mga youth-oriented radio shows. And so, I just said yes to that. I volunteered my time, my effort, ganon. And then yun nga, parang we developed the Voice Care for Teachers workshop. Based nga dun sa kinato ni Sir na initially he was teaching voice acting for teachers until he realized na parang there was a greater need for them to really take care of their voices.
Pero matanong ko nga pala kayo, bakit teachers ang una ninyong target population na, di ba, dapat singers, dapat yung mga artista, dapat yung mga public speakers. Pero I noticed throughout this talk that we have, teachers are coming up more often than the other professions. Why?
Because teachers is the number one na profession, no? Para sa akin kasi sila yung nagpapasa ng knowledge, skills, attitude, value sa bata. Basically, yun lang yung dahilan ko. Kasi itong mga singers, they just want to be rich and famous eh. Yung mga artista, bakit sila? Tsaka kilala naman na sila. Hindi naman nila na kailangan yan. They know it, basically. But the teacher, sila yung may nangangailangan kasi bakit? Hindi nila alam eh. Nagulat nga sila, alam nyo ma'am, sa totoo lang, every time na nagtuturo kami, may umiiyak na teacher. Bakit ngayon nila kayo dumating sa buhay namin? After all, hindi naman na alam yung lahat ng pinagsasabi nyo. Sabi nga, yun nga po yung nakakalungkot isipin na kung kailan pa sila tumanda, saka lang nila na-realize na dapat alagaan nila yung boses nila.
And we actually call this, it's a new solution to an old problem. Every teacher knows that their voice is, number one, their most important teaching tool. And number two, they all know that they should take care of it, but they can't and they don't. Parang ganon. And aside from, sabi nga ni Sir Pocholo, teaching is the most noble profession. Sabi nga namin, wala naman teacher na nag-teacher para yumaman.
Yes.
Hindi ba? So
yan.
we really appreciate the fact that they do a lot, especially for the young people. But then, parang yun nga, the least that we can do is to help them, you know, parang kumbaga, save, yung tagline namin na save their voice and save their career. Because totoo po yun, we actually meet people na, let's say, for example, there's one who's now working sa HR na school nila, who used to be a teacher, but because she encountered, parang kumbaga na dysfunctional na yung kanyang vocal folds. So, hindi na siya makapagturo. Nag-work na lang siya on the admin side of the school. So, and aside from that, no, teachers po actually, compared to all the other professionals that use their voice for a living, sa kanila yung may pinaka-great demand when it comes to their voice. Because number one, hindi naman po lahat ng teacher naka-microphone. Not all classrooms are auditorium or have good acoustics. Yung iba nga,
pag napunta kayo sa yung mga probinsya,
exactly,
alam mo yung mga
opo,
barangay levels na minsan nasa labas lang.
Walang classroom.
Under the, you know,
Yes,
under the
correct.
tree, di ba?
Yes.
And it's reality, we're laughing at that, but that's the real situation.
Tama
Although,
po.
the government is trying to put in more schools now. Pero totoo yan ha, hindi lahat yan naka-air condition.
Correct.
Oh, open yung
Tsaka,
rooms na yan.
Yun nga po isa sa mga advocacy ko is to use amplification. Either it's microphone or lapel or actually hanggat maaari nga hindi lapel. Pero kung kailangan, at least hindi may strain yung boses ng teacher. Kahit nga po yung kahon, tawag yung carton lang na para siyang megaphone, pwede. Just to amplify the voice. Kasi bottom line, sayang na may effort ng teacher kung hindi naman naiintindihan ng mga bata.
Siguro
may techniques yan.
Siguro that should be one of the things na, you know, our school, the heads of the schools should look into.
Yes,
na
that's
they have
true.
to
Actually,
put it-
we've been trying to get in touch with DepEd. Di kami pinapansin. Di raw nila priority yung voice ng teacher. Ano ba yun? Di ba? Parang, come on. Give me a break. Tanggalin mo lahat ng boses yan. Anong teacher ang magagawa ng teacher?
Maybe you should lobby some more. Kasi sometimes ganun yun eh, di ba? Pag una pa lang, you're just like, you know, a single voice in the wilderness. But later on, when they see the impact and maybe just a pilot school, just one elementary school or high school wherein they do a pilot on it and then they just say the effect that it can help on the students as
Actually,
well
we
as
did
the
that
teachers.
already. So, iba na talaga priority ng gobyerno. Inuna pa yung K-12 eh. Pero sabi ko, kahit anong subjects na ituro mo, kung hindi talaga naintindihan ng mga bata kung bakit kailangan nila. Number one, bakit kailangan nilang matutuhan. Pangalawa, yung the way they
Yung delivery.
learned it. No? Kasi ang dami mga teacher, nagtuturo lang, hindi naman nagme-mentor or hindi yung goal lang nila, tapusin yung klase.
Which should not be The real ones are actually those who mentor, who nurture. So yun yung totoo talaga na dapat ginagawa natin. So balikan natin. So aside sa teachers, syempre the other professions that will require help from both of you would be etong mga call center agents.
Yes.
Kasi yung BPO natin, napakataas ngayon Diba? Do they also realize the need to see you or to seek help? Or sila mismo wala ding kiber until such time?
Actually, meron din kaming voice care for call center agents. Ako, meron pa nga akong show, call center radio. Pero bottom line, hindi pa rin nila priority. It's always kung ano yung priority ng company, ng institution. Pero sabi ko, one day, they will realize how important yung how to take good care of their voices, hindi na yung remedy. Yung
preventive dapat tayo.
Totoo po.
Alam niyo naman
kung baga proactive, hindi reactive.
Sa call center, nandiyan lahat ng bisyo
Totoo yan.
Diba? Hindi naman maiwasan, pantanggal ng stress, maninigarilyo. Ngayon, hindi inaantok, diretso, iinom para makatulog. What else? Ang masama pa, dire-diretsong salita ng salita, inom na malamig, yosi. And I think hindi pa namin nagagawa na magkaroon ng research, no. Pero for sure ang dami ng tinamaan na hindi lang sa health but yung number one
The
sa
voice
voice.
nila. And it's a sad fact, no, kung ganun ang mangyayari. So siguro, since institutions are not really giving heed to this, maybe we go on an individual level. Like for those, ngayon tayo sa dynamic living, we're able to educate them.
That's
And
true.
those who are watching us may understand na, kailangan pala namin ng tulong as early as now.
Ganon din yung ginagawa ko. I'm producing more than 20 radio shows. Imagine, around the country. Voluntarily. Kasi our goal is to take good care of the voices ng mga tao. Plus, sa mga youth is to inspire, inform, involve, and empower them.
So when you
media.
started your organization or your productions, how was it? Was it received well or was it something na wala yan, parang ganyan? And what were the challenges back then?
You know what? If you start creating change, you create more enemies. That's the reality.
Because change, is very difficult actually.
Lalo naman pag you rock the boat, splash waters. Magkakaroon ka ng haters, bashers, trolls. Bakit? Sasabihin sa'yo, anong karapatan yan? Bata pa yan, wala namang alam yan, wala namang connection yan. Wala namang kamag-anak yan sa industriya. Lahat ng negativity marireceive mo. But bottom line, the most important is the pull of the future. Ano ba yung pull of the future? Ayun, yung hila ng kinabukasan. Basically, the most important is I have a vision. My vision is to make the Philippines the center of voiceover excellence in Asia by, teaching and providing opportunities to people who has the same interest as mine. Kasi ako I'm seeing myself sa lahat ng bata na nakikita ko may talent. At alam kong walang tutulong dyan dahil ako mismo walang tumulong sa akin maliban sa sarili ko. Because I competed Even I've won, hinarang-harang pa rin ako dun when I was there, when I was 16, 17. Hinaharang ako ng mga
So you knew how it is and how it was. So yun yung noon. Pero yung bawat nito is, it's a course that you offer either for you or for sa voice acting. So if it's a course, how many days or weeks does it last? And can they choose, heto lang yung area na gusto ko ma-develop, heto lang yung gusto ko, kailangan ko. Can they also do that?
Yes, ma'am. For almost 12 years now, I've siguro produced more than 1,500 voiceover artists, dubbers, voice talents, speakers, broadcasters, DJs. Nakakatuwang isipin na yung vision ko is happening right now. So my future is happening right now. Because once you listen to a lot of radio station, estudyante ko yun. Yung mga nagbibida ngayon sa mga Korean novela, telenovela, estudyante ko yan. O sa TV, reporter, estudyante ko yan. Alam mo yung ganong feeling na you once think of giving opportunities to these young people na hindi binigay sa'yo nung bata ka. Sabi ko nga, ang masarap masaktan di ba? Kasi yung mga nasasaktan nagiging great. Not unless they become someone na nananakit
Very
din.
sour also.
Di ba? Yung mga
Yeah.
bitter na tao. Pero, you know, for me, hindi naman kasi ako insecure na tao eh. Ang goal ko talaga is to make other people better than me.
Yeah, that would be a very good goal for each one of us. We should not be afraid, di ba? Para bang kung may mas magiging magaling pa sa atin,
Yes,
di ba?
totoo po.
Di mas masaya pa tayo.
And make yourself obsolete. Kasi pag naging obsolete ka na sa ginagawa mo, you step up.
Step up, level up.
Level up ka.
Huwag ka maging, like the others who are crab mental. Keep
Totoo
crab
po.
mentality.
Which is
you
in
pull
in my industry, almost the people who were there. Not all, but a
Most.
lot of people, ganon yung pag-iisip. Nagagalit sila sa akin kasi why daw I'm producing competitors nila. Sabi ko, the industry will never prosper until you create new generations of voice artists. Best example, radio drama. If you listen to radio drama before, all the same voices. But now it's good thing that a lot of radio stations are using young generations of drama talents. Makikita mo yung difference ng language. Doon sa isa, may bubuksan kong pinto, sisilipin ko. Wala nang ganon. You don't say what's happening, just say it. Di ba? Yung parang, yung sound effects na lang yung magdadala. So, yung imagination ng tao, mas nagiging mas mabilis. So, makikita mo yung difference ng AM sa FM ng mga radio drama. Ganon din sa voice acting. Dati, ang dubbing, for example, lumalagpas pa yung, ano ba ginagawa mo dyan? Ganun pa. Tapos may tono, yung may sing-song pattern. Ngayon, wala na. So, nagde-develop because of the school. Kasi we develop young generations of voice artists eh. So, syempre, as time goes by, while technology grows, the need for voiceover also grows. Hindi na drama ngayon yung usapan, hindi na yung dubbing, hindi na mga pelikula, hindi lang mga commercial. Andiyan na yung audiobooks, computer games, mga applications, name it.
We have it, lalo na ngayon sa generation natin. So, heto ngayon, Miss Ada, do you have that fear na baka mawala yung boses mo?
Minsan. Pero kasi, I mean, it happens to the best of us. Like I said, diba, voice is always an unconscious process. And kaya nga kumbaga, parang it's challenging in a sense to develop the habits that will help us, parang take care of our voice. Kailangan mo talaga ng conscious effort dyan. I guess, any skill naman diba? Like for example, para if you're learning kahit voice acting for the first time, diba? Yung techniques na i-apply mo, kailangan pinag-aaralan mo muna. So at first, you apply them on a conscious level until it becomes second nature, until it becomes a habit. So taking care of the voice is no different. So kailangan lang, kaya lagi namin tinuturo, very basic lang yung pag-lay down namin ng mga tips, ng mga common misconceptions about taking care of the voice. And then towards the end of our workshop, we always have them do an action plan. Ano ibig
So
sabihin?
yung workshop na yan is how many days yan nangyayari?
The Voice Care for Teachers workshop actually spans 1 to 2 days. The full-blown module po kasi is 2 days kasi it's both an art and a science. So we teach them the science of producing the voice. And at the same time, hindi naman namin tinanggal yung original na course ni Sir Pocholo, which is the Voice Acting for Effective Teaching. Kasi syempre, as teachers, we also want them to develop yung skill to do storytelling, public speaking skills, things that will be important for them to be able to do their job, and at the same time minimize the risk of losing their voice. Even yung mga simple things like yung seating arrangement nyo in class, yung ganon. So we also show them na yung traditional row by row natin na pag-arrange ng mga ng students natin no longer works So dapat you should be able to construct your seating position in the classroom in such a way na pwede kang mag-move around sa students mo. And then we also teach them mga gamification, to make learning more interactive and more participative. Hindi lang yung lecture.
So that's for that's for teachers.
That's
but
for
other
teachers.
professionals, you also have modules for that.
We also have, in fact, we've already conducted mga voice care courses for call center agents. We've also been hired to do one for sales and marketing professionals. So ganon. The principles are the same. I mean, how we produce.
Kahit na siguro sa yung mga TV hosts, dapat kailangan
Dapat lang
meron,
talaga.
di ba?
Yes, tama po.
Kasama dapat
Wala silang
yun.
training sa ganyan.
Kagaya ko, I don't have training for that.
Like yung boses niyo, ma'am. I can make your voice 100% yung tataas yung volume. May gagawin lang tayong mga activity.
activity.
Hindi nyo rin na itatanong, I'm also the voice and speech coach of the Vice President, former Vice President Binay. Because Vice President Binay used to speak like this, kamusta ka na, anak? Yung parang, lalo na sa
hindi mo
speech,
siya marinig.
sobrang hina. Alam mo, kailangan mo pa talagang lumikit literally, kahit sa mga speeches niya. Kung mapapansin nyo, nagbago siya dun sa mga debate. Although, I have nothing to do with what he's saying.
It was just the voice
The
itself.
way yung boses niya lumakas, naging mas confident siya. Ayun po yung ginawa natin.
Yung tinuro ninyo sa kanya, which can be done to any other professionals. No?
Lahat po.
Lahat, no?
Actually,
let's
dapat.
go now into what or how can one, like an ordinary person like me or the viewers, basically, let's start with the basics now. Ano ang mga ways by which they can take care of their voices? Na very simple lang. Yung sinabi niyo nga kanina, rest, exercise, and all, no? Pero what about yung mga yung mga misconceptions, like mag-gargle ka ng ganito, o kaya naman kumain ka ng lozenge every 4 hours for you to be able to soothe those aching muscles there.
Yeah, I'll give you the 3 most common misconceptions about taking care of the voice, and you mentioned one actually, Dr. Ano. Number 1 is the taking lozenges as a form of medication. Actually, if you take lozenges, it does more harm than good to your voice, because what it is it's a pain reliever. When, diba, let's say for example, makati lalamunan mo, or you have a sore throat, you take that, and then what happens is that it numbs the pain. But it does not correct the problem that your vocal folds are strained, or maybe you're even developing nodules or polyps na in your vocal folds. So what you will do is, wala nang pain kasi na-soothe na siya ng lozenge.
So
I will
salita ka na
speak,
naman.
exactly, I will speak in the exact same volume, the exact same degree, I will strain my voice because I feel like I'm okay. So we highly, highly discourage that. That's the first misconception. The second misconception is about whispering. Most people, what happens is kapag paus sila, hindi na ako sisigaw, hindi na rin ako magsasalita na malakas, pubulong na lang ako. And that's also, whispering is just as harmful as shouting. Because if you actually put your hand on your throat, and then you start to whisper, what you will feel is that your throat is actually clenching, nagta-tighten siya just as it does when you are shouting. So it means that you're doing more harm than good kasi nasa scratch, you're not using your vocal folds properly. And the third misconception, like what I was explaining earlier, is yung misconception that the voice is all throat. The truth of the matter is that voice is 20% throat and 80% body. Parang ina-explain ko nga, di ba? When you take a guitar, for example, yung strings ng guitar, if they're yung strings lang, di ba? Pag toing, gaganyan mo siya, it produces a certain sound. But the body of the guitar, there's a reason why the body is shaped that way, kung bakit may hole, why it's constructed that way. So the same thing is true with our body. Our body is one acoustic whole. So ang kailangan lang natin malaman is if we want to produce a voice that is full, that is deep, that is of high quality, and at the same time a voice na hindi yung madaling mapaos, then we have to learn how to use our entire body as a speaker system. One exercise that we teach is yung tinatawag namin na panting exercise. Like when you put yung parang kang humihingal na parang aso, yung ganun ka. So we teach our teachers how to do that kasi when you do that exercise, it forces you to breathe through your diaphragm. And when you breathe through your diaphragm, mas marami kang hangin na mapoproduce. So gaganon ka lang, and then eventually sasamahan mo siya ng boses, gaganon ka. So that will, parang pag pinractice mo yon, yung boses mo talagang manggagaling siya sa diaphragm.
Which actually is being done by singers also.
Yes,
no?
opo. That's one of their warm-up exercises.
Yes. So, ngayon ano naman ang magiging mensahe natin sa ating mga viewers? Kasi tayo ay tapos na sa ating episode, and I'd like to thank the both of you. What's your message to our viewers?
So basically, ang message ko lang po is use your voice properly, because our voice is the number 1 gift from God, and it's how we use our voice. It is our gift back to God. Basically, yun lang po. Dapat gamitin natin sa tama ang ating boses.
Okay, what about Miss Ada?
Huhugot lang ako, doktora, no? Para kasi sa akin, lagi ko nga sinasabi, ang boses natin parang pag-ibig lang yun, di ba? Kung kailan mawawala, saka natin inaalagaan. So, and that's also one of the reasons why sa Voice Care Philippines, we always say that there is a way for you to produce your voice in na hindi siya kailangan mawala, na hindi mo kailangan mapaos, or hindi kailangan sumakit na lalamunan mo. So if for anyone who's interested in our workshop, in our work, sa book na sinulat ni Sir Pocholo, yung Voice Care for Teachers, please visit our website, voicecarephilippines.com, or you may also visit Voice Care Philippines in Facebook. And doon nyo rin po kami pwedeng makontact for if you want to invite us to conduct the workshop.
So pwede na out of town ang workshop?
Yes, ma'am. Our workshops
So
are...
pwede siya na hindi sa office niyo. Kung
yes,
you can
ma'am.
bring it right to where they are.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yun yung maganda, no?
Actually,
So it makes it
nalibot na namin buong Pilipinas.
That's very good.
Mula Zamboanga
hanggang sa Tawi-Tawi.
Ilocos.
Okay. So, dear viewers, remember this, and listeners, that sabi nga ng 1 Corinthians 9:25, to those who are fit, to those who are in training, to those who are disciplined, they get the crown. Even as athletes, and even us, when we train, when we perform, and everything that we do, it takes courage and it takes exercise and being able to implement and do the principles behind them. Magandang araw po sa ating lahat.
Dynamic living, making the best of you on fire. Dynamic living, sharing the faith, we're giving the love and bringing the total you.
If you have been blessed by this program, share hope and help us continue to bring hope everywhere. Send your donations to South Philippine Union Conference through any of the bank details shown here. Hope Channel, sharing love, changing lives.